Hi, this is Mike at Gray Fox Realty. Topic of discussion is going to be about iBuyers. So what is an iBuyer? You've all heard of the iPhone, iPad, and now we're talking about iBuyer. So the concept of the iBuyer is the intellectual buyer, right? So the intelligent buyer. So it's a computer-driven, algorithm-based model for corporations to invest in real estate. Sometimes their plan is to invest and hold. Sometimes their plan is to invest, flip, establish relationships with folks on the buy side of the transaction or the title of the transaction. Title meaning title insurance policy. Also maybe with mortgage products. So they can be wrapping all of these services maybe into that, and they're just going to buy the house, make some improvements to it, put it right back on the market, and hope to engage a potential client or clients and engage them into other arms of their business to sell the property. So iBuyers are not all the same. They're not all equivalent. I'm not going to go into talking about the different brands that are out there, but there are a lot of them. They're using these algorithms so that they can evaluate what they think your home is worth in today's market, and then make sure that that fits into their business model, whether it's the flip or the buy and hold and rent model. One thing is for sure, this market that we're in now in Middle Tennessee is not really conducive for the sellers to be investigating iBuyers. Why is that? The reason for that is a super low shortage of inventory. Inventory is at record lows right now. In most price points and most zip codes and markets that we serve, we're looking at less than a month of inventory, and most times we're looking at a half a month, 2 weeks of active inventory. And what I mean by 2 weeks of inventory is talking about the time that it would take at the rate that we're selling homes, at the rate buyers are buying them, when would we run out of product. So in about 2 weeks, we would be completely out of product, because let's say we have 500 homes for sale and we're selling those 500 homes for sale, closing at about 1,000 a month. Those aren't the actual numbers, but that helps you understand that we have about a half a month of inventory. So why would an iBuyer not be in your best interest? Well, they're in the business of making money. And the money that they're in the business of making a lot of times comes from your equity, the equity that you have in your house, because they're going to underbuy the property. And it might not be in the sales price, but it might be in service fees, renovation costs, improvements that they want you to make to forego the upside of the market right now, where we're seeing a lot of homes selling above list price. So, and list price typically is a reasonable market value property price, and the buyers are paying over that. iBuyers do not get into that game. So they're usually trying to buy properties at or below retail, and then they have fees on top of that. So if this subject interests you and you'd like to know more, we would encourage you to reach out to Joey or myself at Gray Fox Realty. Let's have a conversation about the iBuyer models. If you're thinking about selling in this market with such low inventory, we have delivered many times this year on above fair market value offers in very short turnaround times, in some cases without even having to show your house, which is another one of the things that the iBuyers are like, no showings. Joey and I could tell you stories where we have sold homes this year without showings. It's not the norm by any means, but it has happened. So we would encourage an open dialogue with you to talk about iBuyers. So I'm going to have all of our contact info down below. We're at grayfoxrealty.com. We're at 615-656-8181. And don't let an iBuyer steal your equity. Gray Fox Realty's got a great full-service flat fee plan where we can keep that equity in your pocket where it belongs.